All right, guys, let's move on and let's make our picks. Washington at Philadelphia. BRF, you decided to go with you got Washington or Philadelphia?
I'm gonna go Philly here because I think this is just another one of those this is another one of those situations where I just think Philly has I, I I thought Detroit had too many horses for Washington, and Washington went in there and beat them. But I'm looking at the Eagles. I'm looking at a different environment. I'm looking at a different defense, a much better defense than what Detroit possesses. I think Philly's defense is what's going to win this game. I just think they got too many. I think they got too many bulls on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think in this type of scenario they're going to let Washington get away with half the stuff that Detroit let them get away with. So I'm going to go 27. I'm going to go 24-21, and I'm going to go Philadelphia Eagles winning the NFC.
Undisputed world champ.
Commander coming through. I'm going with the Commanders once again. Look, I know that they're playing on house money at this point. At this point, although their star offensive line, he's hurt, you can best believe Cliff Kingsbury is going to put out all the stops on that offensive side of the ball. And they're going to strike hard and they're going to strike them early. So, and they're going to have to beat them with that running game. You have to pull out all the stops. So I really think that we are looking at the first rookie to go to the Super Bowl, and that will be Jaden Daniels. And if that happens, how ironic for the president of football operations to be none other than the great Doug Williams, the first African-American quarterback to win when the Washington Commanders went by another name, which we would never say. So I got to go with Jaden Daniels. But like I said, man, momentum matters. Momentum matters. And although I know that they have a hell of a defense up there in Philadelphia, they are missing Nakobe Dean, and replacing him is hard, even though you have a plethora of pass rushers. So I have to momentum. You went in there, you beat the number one. You went in there, you beat the number one seed. Now let's go in there and beat number two. So, hail Commanders. We salute you. I'm going with the Commanders.
The Eagles have the number one passing defense in the NFL, and they also have a top 10 rushing defense. Washington is 30th in the NFL. My major concern is if we don't shut down Saquon Barkley, there's going to be a problem. I think the best way for Washington's defense, you're just going to have to we're going to have to put Jalen Hurts in a really difficult situation and also take away his running ability as well, too. And again, he is dealing with a leg injury himself. So we don't know how healthy he's going to be, but I still believe he's going to be good enough to play. Then you look at Washington. Look, turnovers. You had no turnovers at Tampa, and you had no turnovers in Detroit. So as long as you take care of the football, again, even though this will be different because, again, you're playing in colder weather in Philadelphia compared to Tampa Bay and compared to Detroit, which is indoors, I think considering the fact that you've played there in cold weather before, after all, you play outside in Landover, Maryland, you should be comfortable enough to take care of the football. I just think for Washington, stay aggressive, go on fourth down, play smart, be aggressive when needed to. And I just think if you just cut down, just again with the turnovers, and if you could find a way, I think another X factor, Armstrong, Durance Armstrong. I mentioned in Detroit, champ, how he would what type of impact that he would have. If he can have the same type of impact he has against the Eagles, I feel very confident. Deron Payne, this is a big game for you because we gave you your money and we're very happy to have you. Now you got to repay us. Dan Quinn is going to have to figure out how to stop the run. This has been an issue for him, not just this season, but also last year with the Dallas Cowboys. So you got to find a way to stop the run. But I like the fact that Washington is the underdog in this one. I still have Philly. I got Philly in this one 27-17. And yes, because of the curse. So that does play a role, a factor in this as well. But I got Philly winning this one. But like I said before, win or lose, Washington, the future is bright. Do not think that this season was a fluke. And if you think it's a fluke, wait till 2025 and moving forward. Because the amount of money we saved up, as you mentioned, Champ, in cap space, and with the new ownership, Washington, there's nowhere to go but up. And of course, guys, next game, Bills at Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. BRF, you picked the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes and that team. As Ric Flair always says, to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Exactly. Exactly.
And this is the day that the man gets beat. I'm going with Josh Allen.
Why so?
This is your time. This is your time. You're a team of destiny. You figured out how to use James Cook. You figured out how to use the players around you. You don't have to force feed Stephon Diggs and deal with his diva attitude going into a game. You don't have any distractions. And you have proven you can shut down an offense. You have proven it. You have proven it. So guess what? And an X factor for that team will be Von Miller. So he is in the playoffs and he's doing his thing. So the king gets dethroned this year. And we will see a rematch of the 1991 Super Bowl between the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills.
Au contraire, Champ, are you concerned about the refs?
Look, am I concerned? Yes. But the Bills have proven that they can play mistake-free football. They have proven that. They played it last week. And like I said, let James cook. You know you're going into a place where they have some horrible weather. Weather's not going to be on your side, but you know how to play in it because you play in Buffalo. So go in there. Don't make Josh Allen do too much. Hand that ball to that Georgia Bulldog and let him run against that Kansas City Chiefs defense and see if you can soften them up. Get that play action going. Run right at them. The best way and I'm going to tell you this from my amateur fight boxing experience. The best way to beat the bully is go out there and hit him right in the mouth because that's going to shake him. Don't hit him light either. You go in there, you hit him with everything you got. Even if it is in the first round. Go out there and hit him with everything you got. And I think that they will come out on top. It will be the Bills and the Commanders in the Super Bowl this year. We will have the Steve Young of this generation against Lamar Jackson Jr. in the Super Bowl.
Could have used John Elway with Josh Allen, but
yeah, I like Steve Young more. Steve Young more.
I just like the John Elway one because again, John Elway's mobility, the arm, and Allen when I think he's more kind of like Elway, but I can understand the Steve Young way. But fellas,
I can see the Elway comparison too with the arm talent. I can see the Elway comparison.